Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fred Talks, a podcast where we talk all about the fashion industry and why it might be more important than you'd think, but less glamorous than it seems. In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about why is it okay to repeat outfits. I actually came up with this idea when I was talking to my friend who's English, and for those who don't know, I'm not, I'm from Czech Republic. And we were talking about school uniforms, and I told her that we don't wear them, and she asked me if it was very stressful for me to choose outfit every day, because obviously I didn't have a set uniform. And this question really surprised me because I never thought about it as a child. And because also, and when I was a child, my mom was the one who prepared the outfits for me, and she had a rule that one outfit is for 2 days. And it really made sense for me because, well, when I was a child, I didn't care, did I? But then when I started preparing the outfits for myself, I kind of stuck to the rule because it made sense for me. If I put an effort into choosing an outfit that I like, that it's a waste to wear it for one day only. So I always had like one outfit for today. So it would be Monday, Tuesday, the same outfit, Wednesday, Thursday, the same outfit, and then Friday would be a bit special. And I actually remember when I was in high school, and I already did like fashion. I remember on Fridays it would be a bit annoying for me because it's like, oh, it's an extra day that I have to think of an outfit. So yeah, I had this relationship throughout the high school, and it only changed when I went to uni, and only for a very simple reason, and that is that when I moved to England and I started my first year, it was lockdown. So very much the entirety of my first year, I didn't go to campus. I think we only went in like September, and that was it. So yeah, pretty much all of my lectures were online throughout the whole semester. So I didn't really have a reason to dress up. I pretty much spent all of my time in PJs, and all of my no, of course mates, but all of the people that I knew in halls always laughed at me because I always wore PJs. Well, not always. I just didn't wear nice clothes to parties because I was ready to go to bed, so I wore PJs. But my point is that when I started uni, it was literally a year of me just not having a reason to dress up. And I'm a kind of a person who doesn't want to waste their clothes for like, yeah, I don't want to waste my clothes by wearing them on occasions that I don't need to wear them on. So I wouldn't wear I don't know, my favorite top when I'm just at home because as a thing that I realized that my clothes will wear out and I don't want to waste it and I want to keep it for the nice occasions. But yeah, so I didn't want to wear any fancy clothes even though I was locked in the house, in the halls. So yeah, so when I then went to second year, that's when my relationship with dressing up changed because it was suddenly an excuse, a reason, a reason to wear nice clothes again. And so I would always dress up. And I remember my friend told me, I mean, this same friend that I had the conversation with, told me that she's never seen me not dress up, that I always look good, even though I don't like me dressing up is still very casual and still very non-creative, I would say. But yeah, I remember she was always like, "Oh, I always see you wearing makeup and all," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, that's because you always see me outside of my house." But ask my housemates or anyone I lived in halls with, they have never seen me looking good. Like I think they all of them saw me looking good maybe like 5 times during the whole first year. So yeah, so now my relationship started changing around when I started my second year, and it was also because, let's be honest, when you're a uni student, I don't know for other courses, but for mine, and I feel like for a lot of the media, fashion, beauty, for the creative courses, you only go to uni for like 2 to 4 hours a day, maybe 3 times a week. So obviously it's much easier to wear, I don't know, jeans that might not be exactly comfortable, but they look nice when you're gonna sit there for like 2 hours and then you go back home and you can change back to your sweats. It was also around this time where I developed I would say, a system in which I put together outfits pretty much every day. And I thought I would share it with you because I feel like some of you might use it as well if you're, for example, struggling to put outfits in every morning. And I think that is important to note that when my friend told me that she always sees me being put together, I think it's because I'm always comfortable in what I'm wearing, or most of the time, exactly because I have my system and I know what works for me. So every morning when I'm choosing my outfits, I'm asking myself 3 questions. First, am I feeling colors? Or am I feeling black as most of the days? Or am I feeling white? If the answer is colors, then it's, is it green, is it red, or is it blue, or is it pink? I added pink recently. Once I answer all these questions, I ask myself what kind of color scheme I'm leaning more towards to, if I'm feeling full light or full dark, because obviously usually the colors are the tops for me because I don't have colorful bottoms at all. But sometimes with obviously with some colors it's more, I don't know, with if I'm gonna wear dark green then I'm gonna wear black trousers. But sometimes, as for example I wore yesterday, I would like to have more of like, you know, more vibrant look with white trousers and lighter top, or, you know, more contrast. So that's another question that I ask myself. Once I've answered this, another one is, am I feeling more comfortable or more preppy? Now, don't get me wrong, all of my clothes that I own and that I wear is comfortable. Obviously, I have some less comfortable pieces, but I don't really wear them that often. But for me, this is more of a question of, am I gonna wear this top that is more elegant, or am I just gonna wear a plain t-shirt that is not as elegant? And then the third question is, am I wearing trousers or jeans? Because I don't actually have a skirt. Oh well. So yeah, am I feeling trousers or jeans? And once I've answered all these questions, I pretty much have an outfit sorted, because it very much limits itself to like, I have trousers sorted out, and then I have maybe like 2 tops that I can choose from, or I can also choose if it's a color. For example, if I answer that I'm feeling more color and I'm feeling blue, then do I want to wear a blue top, which I don't actually even own? If it's a color that I, for example, own a top and a jumper in, then I'm gonna just choose which one am I gonna go for, or if I'm gonna go for both in the same color. So very much these 3 questions limit my option to one, maximum of 2 options that I have. And then I just wear it. And it's very easy for me because there is another question. You do not need to own bambillion of clothes, and that's coming from someone who owns a lot of clothes. Okay, I live with 3 men. We all have the same sized closet. Mine is packed. It's hard to close it. I have some of my clothes I have to have stuck in 3 suitcases that I have. The rest of my housemates have one closet and that they're fine. And despite having this much clothes, am I gonna wear the 5 outfits on repeat? Of course I am, because I keep forgetting about the clothes that I wear. Like, for example, I have leather trousers that I bought last year because I gained weight and I couldn't fit my other trousers, so I bought new ones. But then I lost weight over the summer somehow, and now so I still fit them. They're still fit, but I don't have the need to wear them because they're not the only trousers that fit me now. And I completely forgot I owned them. And I don't even remember what, like, it's obviously they are winter, autumn, spring wear. And it's January now. And I think only like 2 weeks ago I remembered that I owned them. So I could have been wearing them for the past 4 months. But I completely forgot. And there's nothing wrong with them. But they're not really in my style. Like, they are, but they also aren't the most comfortable thing in the world. So because I just don't have the tendency to wear them so often, I just forgot. And that's a shame, because there's more clothes than people in planet Earth. At least I think so. So yeah, we don't need more clothes and you don't need to buy more. So anyway, back to the point of why is it okay to repeat outfits. Because the reason why you think that you need more outfit is because we live in digital era and we are constantly presented with people wearing different outfits, with wealth, with people having things that we don't have. You don't need to have 5 cars, just like you don't need to have 5 exact same blazers. Why would you need that? You don't. And let me explain to you what the digital world that we live in is doing to us. So you wake up, you scroll through Instagram, right? And what do you see? You see a fashion influencer presenting you with yet another outfit that she's never gonna wear again, and or that you will never see her wearing again. That is the most important bit. Now let me explain to you that with fashion influencers, it's their job to inspire you, to show you outfits. If influencers kept showing you the same 5 outfits on repeat, you wouldn't get inspired, would you? So obviously, it's their job to show you more clothes, and I'm sure they don't even wear all of it. I'm sure they have their own style that they wear on day-to-day basis. I'm sure they are repeating those. It's you just don't see it because they don't show you, because that is their life, that is not their career. Also, it's very important to note that influencers most of the times receive the clothes. They're not buying it, they receive it. It's a collaboration with the designers. And same goes for celebrities. If you see a celebrity on a red carpet, even, majority of the time, the brand, the designer, lend them the clothes. They're gonna return it once the red carpet's done. So please, please, never compare yourself to fashion influencers. Never compare to celebrities, because celebrities, it's very much the same thing. They receive clothes, and they have more money than you, and that's fine. You don't need to have this much money as they do. If you don't have extra money to spend on clothes, then don't, okay? Spend money on food. I had this conversation with my mom, actually, because once I moved out, my mom, and obviously my mom stopped giving me money. She obviously had more, and so she started to buy a lot of clothes. And I was talking to her about it, because that's my favorite thing. I just keep laughing at my mom, because my mom is the type of a person who has her own style, and she just keeps buying the same things, really, which isn't bad. I think in a way that's kind of the point of what I'm trying to get to. But it's very funny when she then does laundry, and then there's the exact same blue jumpers next to each other, and I always laughed at her for it, because I'm such a great daughter. Anyway, so yeah, I was talking to my mom about it, because what I spend the most money on is food, and what my mom spends the most money on is clothes. And I was talking to her about it, and she explained to me that she's buying the clothes because when she was a child, they were poor and she couldn't afford it, and it's something that just brings her happiness. While I buy food because for me, food is something that you have to survive, right? You have to eat to survive. And so I am gonna go and buy the pizza, right? Even though Domino's is 20 quid, which is absolutely disgusting, but it's gonna make me happy, and it's something that I need, you know? Like, if I spend the 20 quid on a t-shirt that I don't need, it's gonna make me happy, just like I don't need the pizza, and both is gonna make me equally happy, but I need food to survive, and pizza is food, so technically I need it to survive. Well, I can survive without the t-shirt because I have five of the same t-shirts in my closet already. So that is my kind of process. But I do understand my mom's point of view as well. But I think it's very important to kind of make this priority of, you know, do I have the finances even, or do I have the finances to buy the food? Is it something that I can spend the money on? And in the case of influencers and celebrities, it's their job. So even if influencers, let's say, buy some of the clothes, because of course they are, like, I'm not saying they get everything, I'm saying they get a lot, but obviously at the beginning they started with buying a lot of clothes, but that was something they wanted to do for a living, and it was investment in their career. And I think this is something that we need to understand as consumers. And same with celebrities, it's their job to have a certain public image. Like, you aren't photographed every time you step out of your house, are you? So yeah, you don't need to own this much clothes as they do, because you live in a completely different world, which is not bad, and that's just how it is. But another thing that I know quite a few people could argument is that even if you follow your friend who isn't an influencer, it's just your friend, or it's not even your friend, it's just someone you went to school with, someone you know, and you never see them repeat outfits on their Instagram feed, do you? Now, if it's someone you see regularly, if it's your coworker or if it's someone you go to school with, try to focus on what they're wearing, because you will realize that they are repeating the same 5 outfits as you do. Because the thing is that in real life, we don't tend to focus on what other people are wearing as much as we do on social media. And on social media, your friends will probably not, if they care to a certain extent, they will probably not post a picture of them wearing, the same t-shirt or the same coat. It's also because if if they post on Instagram, it's gonna be a picture of from when they did something. So, for example, if they did something, if they went for a coffee, and they probably put more effort in to how they look, what they wear, what their makeup is, what their hair is, rather than if they go to school or if they go to work and they don't really, they're just there to survive, kind of idea. So that is also something very, very important to know, to realize that, we all say, everyone's tired of hearing this, but social media, internet, that's not real life. And we shouldn't feel ashamed of repeating outfits just because we don't see people online repeating outfits. And also, very important, repeating outfits is much better for the environment. Because I said it before, we have so much clothes we can't ever use. We're overproducing. It's not good for the environment. I remember when I was a first year, a girl in halls asked me if I don't enjoy buying clothes, and I'm like, not really, actually, because I have the knowledge of what it's causing, and thing is, I do enjoy buying clothes, but I also know that I have a certain price limit and certain budget and that I want to spend on clothes. And when I go to a shop and I touch the things and I look at the price tag, I know that the price is absolutely unreasonable. It did not cost this much to make the garment. And so I don't want to buy it because I'm not going to spend my money. I'm not going to give my money to someone who's literally trying to me over by stealing my money from me for something that's not going to last, and it's going to last for a year, for 3 times. I wash it 3 times and goodbye. And I'm not saying that you can't buy fast fashion, because again, not buying fast fashion is a luxury that not everyone has. For example, I don't have this luxury, and I have to go to Zara or I have to go to H&M. But go and buy things that you know you will wear, that you will enjoy. And yeah, this is exactly it. Like, you get to this mentality and you get to it again. You should be repeating outfits. It's good for everyone. And I'm sure I mentioned it in a different video, the theory of how people who know what to wear and don't have to decide on it about it whichever in the morning have a clearer mind, and it's something that you don't have to stress about. It just makes your life easier. So if you just have your own style, it's completely normal to, that's another thing actually. If you like a certain style, you will end up buying it. So technically, you will end up repeating outfit even if you have multiple clothes, because chances are that you will end up buying the same sort of clothes because, subconsciously you like this and it kind of attracts you. Even if you're gonna try to be trendy and buy a lot of things just so you can feel trendy, you're not gonna wear them. And then when it comes to it, you will end up buying what you feel comfortable in because you kind of know what that is for you. And that is a very important thing to think about as well, or to realize that just because you repeat outfits, it doesn't mean you don't look good. You're gonna look great if you're gonna have your own style, and if you're gonna feel comfortable in what you wear, you're always gonna look great. As I said at the beginning, my friend thought I always look put together, even though I definitely do not, when she told me I was wearing jeans and an old jumper. And she told me that I look great, and I'm just there like, I definitely don't. I look comfortable because I feel comfortable, because it's something that I always feel good in. And you will too. If you wear what makes you happy and what makes you comfortable and what makes you good, you're always gonna look good. If you feel good, you're gonna look good. And it doesn't matter that you feel good in 5 outfits and you keep repeating them. It's 5 days in a week, isn't it? Anyway, who are you seeing on Wednesday? On weekend? Well, also, let's not underestimate the power of makeup and accessories. You can wear the same you can wear the same outfit and change up the makeup or accessories, and you're good. It's gonna look different. So the moral of the day is wear what you feel comfortable in. Don't worry about repeating outfits. Don't compare yourself about what you see online. It's not normal not to repeat outfits.